Okay, so I got to know where you are. Are you training right now?
I just finished up. I did a workout. I have training tonight. I'm on the farm.
So I know you're living on a farm. How much farming are you learning?
A little bit every week, and just as I go. But all the animals are in the other paddock right now. But I'm running usually on Saturdays after training for a few hours, like working on some building some things. Or uh, the other day we corralled some lambs and we had some newborn sheep and a baby cow that was born. So that was cool, little calf. So
Hmm.
it's been just learning as I go, learning as I go. Whatever happens on the day. Um, but yeah, it's awesome out here.
Is that something you think you might want to do once fighting is over? Or is it just
Uh,
like, hey, this is fun for now?
no, it's for the rest of my life. The three things I always want to do, like ride motorcycles, fight, and farm. So I kind of always wanted to live off the grid. I live in the woods over there in the forest. You can't even see where I live. But definitely for the rest of my life, whether it's a profitable farm or not, I kind of go back and forth on that. Because that is full time, and right now my fighting is my full time. But I'd like to have a farm where I can help people and host fighters and you know eat, hunt, and grow, eat, hunt, grow, and cultivate everything that I eat. Can't speak right now. So it'd be like a lifelong thing.
Awesome. So can you tell fans kind of what you've been up to since the UFC? Because I know it's been a little difficult for you to get fights, right?
Yeah, it was. I had a lot of fights turned down on the regional scene. I signed with Eagle, and I was grateful at the time. But then it then Eagle just kind of fell through for a little while. Maybe they'll be coming back. I don't know. So I thought I was somewhere, had a 4-fight deal, and then it fell through. So all the fighters had to kind of get displaced. Got rerouted it. I'm grateful. I've been just training, getting better, focusing. I'm exploring a lot. I just get on my bike and go somewhere, whether it's the west coast of Florida. I did a motorcycle ride from Florida to North Carolina, all around Texas and all that. So I just been exploring. I went to Vegas, went around Wales, wearing my PFL Wales shirt today. So I just been exploring and training really.
And I know that some of that PFL stuff was with Delano, right?
My man, yeah, Delano, yeah, I cornered him. I was with him at the Challenger Series fight last year, which is pretty cool. That was the Challenger Series now. Uh, I went with him to Wales and then the finals.
So I
So
can imagine that like when the opportunity from PFL came around, you were like already a little bit in, you already kind of knew the people, you knew the situation, you know what it was like. Was that kind of how it
yeah,
felt?
yeah, it kind of felt cool because it was that's kind of how it felt when I went with him to Wales. I got a lot of time around the staff out there. They were super super cool, super supportive, and it was funny. The commission that was a commission for my fight in July. It was the same commission for Delano's fight, and they were working with PFL and saying how much they liked it. So uh, it's just a cool connection. And then in New York, saw a bunch of other people and how they're running for championship week and some of the fighters. So it just became familiar faces.
Has Delano given you any advice as far as, because I know he came through the Challenger Series and then all the way up to the finals. Has he given you any advice about how he was able to make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my main training partners and one of my best friends. We get lunch about 3 or 4 days a week together. So we talk about it a lot. And just if you heard Delano, he always say all he needed is an opportunity. And he said we take an opportunity to go take advantage of it. Fight the way you fight, how you train. Like he'll say, like you're bloodlusty, be hungry for the blood. So of course it's what fans want to see, but also fighting intelligently and being ready. Delano did that better than a lot of people because he was an alternate and he never got discouraged. He just made sure he stayed in shape year round. He trained year round. He was always in the gym. And we just talk about, like kind of doesn't matter who you're going to fight. You got to make sure you're prepared in all factors of MMA, which that's why I like the PFL style because you don't get to just favor one thing. You should be a true martial artist. And Delano really, he showed that, he lived that, and he told me about it. So it's pretty cool.
I'm not sure if you saw the first episode last week, but there were, there were four fights, only one finish.
Mm-hmm.
But the contract went to somebody who didn't finish the fight, which I thought was a
Yeah.
little different because usually it's you'd think obviously the guy who finished the fight's going to get the contract. Um, Knowing that, does that change how you're going to go into this fight? Because clearly it's not just a finish they want.
Yeah, I think, no, well, how to say? It's kind of cool that they don't just go for the finish, right? Because, I found the contender series before and similar style of, you're earning your contract to go to the next level. And I didn't get a finish. but I didn't get the contract, but I'll be a top fighter. And for me, it looks like PFL is looking at it as a whole now. Like, is this person a better fighter? And will they add to the organization as well? Just because you don't get finished one fight doesn't mean you haven't had a bunch before, or you won't have many later on. So for me, it's like I get to fight with freedom now. You know, I get to fight the right way. I get to fight intelligently. I always fight to finish a fight. At the same time, too, it's how you're gonna dominate the fight. The focus is dominate, always get the finish. And if you don't, like, knowing you're not out for the count, because we set goals, we set expectations, and maybe we fall into them slightly, or maybe we exceed them. But then you don't get the contract because you didn't get a finish, but you had the better fight. I kind of like how PFL does that. It looks like it's a very fair system for how they're evaluating it, or who's getting the contract. So I like it.
And what do you know about your opponent? Have you spent much time researching him? Like, what kind of fight do you
Yeah,
expect from him?
Osama's a good fighter. He's a tank. He's got awesome wrestling credentials. He's used it well in fights, but he's not afraid to throw down too. I've seen him. You know, he's knocked some guy off with teep. It's pretty cool. He's another African guy, Egyptian, which is pretty cool. So I mean, I'm just honored that we can both represent the continent, and that it's like overall Africans are starting to come up in MMA. You saw like the guys like Usman and Ngannou and Adesanya and people all over the world. Now you're seeing, you know, some of myself, like guys just representing. So I think he's a tough fighter. He's a good fighter. I like that he can wrestle really well. He can grapple. He can put it together well for MMA. He comes forward well, and you know I believe he's going to come to fight it. Of course, like you're going for a life-changing opportunity. Why wouldn't you? So I've seen him do each fight, and I'm looking forward to getting in there with him.
Awesome. And my last question, do you have a prediction, or do you avoid that thinking too specific?
Well, as far as prediction, like I see myself claiming the victory, you know, finishing the fight. How I do it, I like it to be abstract, right? You know, it'd be great to knock him out with the right hand, or, you know, take him down, finish him on the ground. You know, it's like, but really my focus is to push the pace, and I know for sure I'll outwork, out hustle, and outfight him. So that's my focus, and you know, then it all comes together.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye.